maybe any Ghanaian has something to that effect to have.
May I comment on that, please?
Let me finish the other questions.
The other one is current issues between. What I don't quite get that question. Sorry.
What are the issues? What are the issues between Muslims and Christians in Ghana?
Oh yes.
There are no issues.
There are issues. Well, I think equal representation is one of the things. Having said that, there's equal representation. Muslims still advocate for more. Now, I didn't mention something.
Equal or proportional? Because you said they are only 10%.
Yeah, thank you. I didn't mention something. Muslims in Ghana always feel that, this country, some Muslims, let me put it down, feel that this country can also become a Sharia state. Recently, in Cape Coast, there was this thing about homosexual conference in Cape Coast. And Ghana went. I was not here, I was in Europe, and I went on Ghana went, and there was a demonstration of Muslims on air saying that Sharia need to be implemented in Ghana. Now, I don't think that's going to happen, but these are issues that are being raised every now and then. If there are problems, they feel that the Christians are not doing well. So if we are in power, we can change things. There may be other things, but some of these things just come. Okay?
There are still many hands, but the time has gone.
What about this?
But this man, I'm not saying it talk. Yeah, and then of course, Auntie Mercy, because she's Ghanaian, and then she's Auntie. Quick, make it short, please.
Yeah, thank you.
Prepare a shot. Yes.
Yeah, thank you. This is from a practitioner point of view, being a humanitarian development worker. You have made reference to the point that Islam is strong in chiefly tribes, especially in the northern part, the Gomba, Gonja, and Mampusi. But we also know that in Ghana, those are the tribes that are undergoing ethnic violence. So, is religion, is Christianity or Islam a factor in this conflict?
Thank you. Auntie?
I have another ethnicity issue here. Among Muslims, and I want to know whether this is only the South or the North, there seems to be a division between the Muslims that are called the Tuba and those who see themselves as the real Muslims. The Muslims called Tuba are those who are non-Hausa or whatever.
Tuba.
Yeah, Tuba. Yeah. There's a tension somewhere there. You are really a real Muslim. Yeah, okay. Comment on that.
Okay, my own question is...
Final question?
Yes. I was in Kenya a few years ago, and I had a bit of harassment, and I was told later that they have an issue with Nigerian pastors who are coming, who are digging into the Kenyan economy, and I was stopping Nigerian pastors from coming in. And I see there's quite a big influx of Nigerian pastors here in Ghana. How much of that is there any tension around?
Around the packaging and marketing.
You can do the free one again. Because you're talking mega dollar. I think this is quite, but I see.
Yes.
Now, Abdurrahman, you can now round up.
I can now round up.
Yes.
The first question is a hard one. I don't want to speculate and cause trouble by saying that Islam is what accounts for the ethnic, some of the tribal or intertribal conflicts. I think religion has a part to play, and probably more so with Islam. One, you find that Muslims, particularly the Gombes, the Malams give protective arms for people to wear in times of war. They do all kinds of divinations and all kinds of things. And precisely because of this thing, when there's conflict, you see somebody with bulletproof vest standing there with chest open for people to fire. You know, and I think if they don't have this vest, bulletproof things on, they'll be afraid to actually go into conflict. Now, Islam has also made some of these tribes feel superior to other ethnic groups. Joy and I always make a joke. I'll say, Chama, you know, because that is always the way our people speak. They feel superior because they have long history of Islam, and so they are the superior tribe in all the...
We are Burundo.
Yeah. You know, they call them the Burundo. Basically, you are nothing. You know. And Chef, you know, Chef Mo, you know, those terms. That kind of, it shows that for them, because of Islam, they are superior. And anybody who is not a Muslim is nothing. And sometimes they will make statements like, oh, after the white person, the Gomba is next.
Oh, after the white.
Yeah. so basically what I'm saying is there are multiple things involved. Ethnicity is a big thing, but I think ethnicity is also informed by the religious tradition. That makes them feel that way. Related to Auntie's question, really, I think the tension is more ethnic than religion. If you find within Accra, you have the immigrants, Muslims, and the Wangaris, for example. You know, and somehow, even though they are Muslims, like the Dagombas, the Wales, and other tribes, you still find tension because the Wales, Dagombas feel these people are not actually Ghanaian. And so there's always that ethnic tension, even within the Muslim community. There are so many examples of some of the tensions that happened because they had to choose a chief imam, whom some people said was not a Ghanaian, and they needed either a Ghanaian person, in quotes, to be the chief imam. And of course, there's always the Wahhabi Tijaniya issue when choosing some of these things. So I think ethnicity played an important factor there. Now, Nigeria, I think, who was that? Somebody said yesterday, most of our Pentecostal pastors are trained in Nigeria. Archbishop Ndausa, was that the name? Ndausa.
Yes.
You can mention all the big archbishops in Accra here. They have a link to him. Winners Chapel, there was an allegation not long ago that Winners Chapel, when they collect the offering, all the money is put into a baptized and sent to Nigeria.
Well,
you know,
it's just remuneration for right? That's the storehouse.
So there's a heavy Nigerian influence on mainly Ghana Pentecostal Christianity. Very, very much. I think I'll leave it here.
Yeah. You still have one more comment?
I just wanted to say that about the Tuba and the other Muslims. It's simply to say that the immigrant, the Hausa Muslims, the Wangara Muslims, they like.
I mean, you love Muslims too.
We have there and endangered species in Ghana now.
They were many before.
They were
Before Busia.
Before Busia.
Busia grew us up.
Now they regard the indigenous Ghanaian converts to Islam like Ashanti Muslims, Ga Muslims, and Tuba.
Yeah.
And the Tuba is used as a derogatory. You are a convert.
Yeah.
You are a recent. You are a new person. You don't even understand Islam. So they cannot be considered good Muslims enough to become chief imams. So it brings the tension between the Hausa who brought Islam, or who think they are the custodians of Islam, and then the indigenous Ghanaian converts to Islam like Ga, Ashanti. That's where the tension is, Tuba and the non-Tuba Muslims, so called.
Why don't you send Auntie to tell them about the corporation?
Yes. Why don't we?
They say, I think you go and tell them about the Anyway, we are now eating into our break time. As an archbishop with some amount of responsibility also in terms of peace between the two big groups, I'm concerned